Hey everyone, it's your boy Matt here. This is a personal update for 20 September 2025. Look, I want to talk about what I'm going to do when I figure out what's going on. Right, so for me, the first thing I need to understand is the extent of the surveillance I'm under and understand the rules of it. And then I can start working towards having an interpersonal life and having friends, family, community again. At the moment, because I don't have an idea of what's going on, what games are being played with me, every social interaction has to be some kind of risk assessment. It hasn't been fun, mate. It hasn't been fun. I need to know what's going on. I need to know the rules in front of me. And then I need to have the support network to be able to crew to help me, like I'm like, the race car or the F1 car, and I have everyone tuning me up as a team effort to make sure that I do my job correctly. And it would very much be a team effort for that. After that, what I want to do is I want to reconnect as much as I can with my family. It's been pretty devastated by this situation. I don't want those people to have any authority in my life. But they are the people who raised me and had things to do with me. They're crazy cunts, a lot of them, but my main concern has been the power relationship which happens when you're a vulnerable person. But the main thing has been protection. That's why I've cut most of my family off, because they can't be trusted with helping me during this time. They can only be trusted to cause me a whole lot of problems. I want to reconnect with my ex-girlfriends and all the women who had something to do with Taco. And that's not expecting anything from them, it's just appreciation, and I owe something to them. Of course I want to make this financially viable for everyone, but there is certainly a personal aspect, and we are friends if nothing else. And to a lot of these women, it's more than just friends, right? But I'm not some crazy, ancient kind of strange polyamorist. The relationship I have with these people is always going to be something based on mutual care and appreciation, and I don't expect much. But I owe it to them. They've been humongously important to our effort, PR-wise, and these are people who I have genuine care and affection for, and many of them have the same thing for me, and I want to use this to bring us all forward. I certainly want to meet with everyone who's part of the Taco board and everyone who's been a substantial contributor to the Taco project. So definitely the captains, definitely the liaisons, but definitely the major contributors. I'm definitely going to fly over to Kenya, definitely going to fly over to Canada and the United States at some point. Hopefully that's soon. I'd like to have a PR team around me because, of course, I'm authentic, but this is a new game for me, and I'd be an idiot to walk into it without having people by my side who know how to coach someone to go, okay, this is what you're meant to be like on a podcast, this is what you're meant to be like when you're with this person. Not to be inauthentic, but just to be able to make sure that I'm doing the best job I can, and I'm not going to cause problems that just don't need to happen. I want to use the wealth that I've generated, of course, from my major projects. I mentioned that I want to have a consulting firm which assists with non-government organisations to help them run efficiently. I want an organisation which creates software which can be used in open source ways, so we're able to solve a lot of the problems in charities in Australia and around the world by being able to create the correct software to solve their problems. I'm interested in very practical solutions and being able to get those out there. And I definitely want to create a university which is going to be driven on a consistent pedagogy, a consistent strategy of teaching. So university students do not need to relearn how to learn every time they do a new subject. I'm happy to do that with the TAFE as well. I just like the big thing is that the way that we do teaching and learning in Australia is so inefficient. But on top of these things, what I really want to do is that I really want to provide for my friends and family. I want to make sure that my nieces and nephews have the best chance at life possible. I want to make sure that my parents retire well. I want to have a future for myself. I want my previous ex-girlfriends who have been very pivotal to what we're doing. I want to make sure that their families and their children have a good chance as well. I want this to be a good opportunity for everyone involved. And I don't want to just be wealthy. I want to make sure that the wealth goes back into the community, but I wanted to make sure it goes back into the community in the best and most efficient way possible. I want to pay a whole lot of tax. I want people who are also earning a large amount of money to also pay that tax. I want the people who are in charge of oil and gas in Australia to pay their fair share, as well as the mining companies. And I want them to pay the same tax as me, and I want to pay a lot. That's my rant for today. Have a lovely day, everyone. Cheers.